The partition of India in 1947 was one of the deadliest migrations in human history, and most people have no idea just how brutal it really was. About 14 million people were forced to leave their homes overnight, and what happened next was absolutely horrific. When the British drew those lines on the map, they basically created two new countries in a matter of weeks. Hindus and Sikhs living in what became Pakistan had to flee to India, while Muslims in India had to move to Pakistan. But here's what nobody tells you about this so-called peaceful transition. Entire train cars arrived at stations filled with dead bodies. Trains that left with hundreds of refugees would arrive completely silent because everyone inside had been slaughtered during the journey. The survivors described scenes that sound like something out of a nightmare. Villages were burned to the ground with families still inside their homes. Women faced the worst fate of all. Thousands were kidnapped, assaulted, and many families actually killed their own daughters rather than let them fall into enemy hands. Can you imagine being so terrified that you'd rather die than live through what might happen next? The official death count ranges from 200,000 to 2 million people. But nobody really knows because the chaos was so complete that many bodies were never found or counted. Entire communities just vanished from the face of the earth. What makes this even more tragic is that these weren't strangers killing each other. These were neighbors, friends, and people who had lived together peacefully for generations. The partition turned ordinary people into killers almost overnight. The British left India in such a hurry that they barely had any plan for handling this massive population exchange. They basically just drew some lines and said good luck, leaving millions to face the consequences of their hasty decision.